Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos with occasional new release videos of items that I am listing to my Etsy shop. And if that is something that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that little notification bell. And anytime I do load a new video, you will be notified. And if you can also give me a thumbs up as well as share this video, that would be awesome. So we are in week 3 of April 2019, and we're going to be working on my cash envelopes. So let's just get right in. This is the DIY Erin Condren Happy Planner Hybrid Budget Planner that I have made, and I'll link that video below. Because I love the Erin Condren paper. I think it's just a really great weight of paper, but I hate the coil. I tried to work with it and it just was no bueno. So I just tore the pages out and added some elements of some binder dividers, a monthly calendar that you typically hang on the wall because it did come on a little hook system. And then Happy Planner pages just to make a budget planner. Sorry, completely lost my train of thought. That works for me. And where are my, so this is my cash envelopes here. And I mentioned this in the video that I just completed. I have very limited space. I'm basically dealing with about 15 by 36, and that's it. That's all the space that I have. On either side of that are my lights. So I can't even have a laminating machine and my lights on because it's either the light or the laminating machine. So sometimes that's why those DIY tutorials are a bit dark, because I can't have one with the other. I don't have the space. And so sometimes I think some of the awkwardness of these videos is because I have nowhere to put things. And it's frustrating for me, and I'm sorry that it's conveyed on camera. But we are going to do our weekly check-in. And as you can see, all I have is $2. And on one hand, that's a little bothersome to me, because last month I was able to save 64 months. No, let me focus. Last month, I was able to save $64 from my cash envelopes to put towards my emergency. Oh my God, what is with my words today? That I could put towards my emergency fund. This month, so far, I have $5. Now, comparing month to month, last week I had $80 per week. I think I just said that wrong. Last month, I'm really not sure what's going on. I mean, I'm not like super tired or anything. I'm just, okay. Last month, I had $80 per week towards my cash envelopes. This month, I have $50. So it could be that I'm more on target with my weekly budget, although I still feel like I'm spending less than I used to, but I guess that's the whole point of this. But yeah, I got $2 left from this week. So from spending, I spent $28, so that leaves me $2 remaining. And then for office, I spent all 10, which leaves me nothing. And then toiletries, no, it was 19 and change. And because I round, I spent the whole 20. So we had $10 from the first week. We had $10 from last week. So we had 20 and we spent 20. So that leaves us $0. And then this is where I keep my cash for my cash envelopes. Unlike most people who do cash envelopes who fund it every time they get paid, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, I fund my cash envelopes from the last paycheck of the previous month. So I actually have the cash for week 3 and for week 4. And for those months that have 5 weeks, then I'll divvy it up between the 5 weeks. But that's how it works best for me, because the last paycheck of the month is where I have the most discretionary cash, if that makes sense. So really, I mean, even though I get paid twice a month, I guess the way that I do my budgeting is more as if I only got paid once a month. Maybe that's how that's supposed to work. So, we're not going to carry over the $2. And we're going to put that towards savings. So I'm actually going to put that to the side. So for spending, we are going to keep at the $30. For the office, we're going to keep at the 10. And toiletries, we're going to keep at the 10. Oh, and I did this last week. Oh my goodness. You know what? Game of Thrones is on in a few hours, and I still need to do a bunch of stuff before I can get into Winterfell and all that. So maybe that's where my head is at. So we're starting with 0. We are adding 30 and 10 and 10. And then next week we will go ahead and figure out what it is that we have remaining. I do have a doctor's appointment on Friday, but I have a sinking fund for that, so I don't foresee that I have to use any of this money, although administrative professional day is coming up in 2 weeks, so I might have to use some of this towards that, but we will see. So that is that done. And then, because I still need these, that's why I'm not putting the money where it goes. And let's put this in order. That's how it goes. So let's look at what we spent our money on this week. And what does that $10 mean? Oh, I had $10 coming in. So I actually had $60 in the dividers for this week. Whew, that could have been weird. So instead of trying like I have in the past to do this all by dates so that it's consistent that way, I'm just going to do it by divider. So on the 8th, I picked up breakfast, and that was at 7-Eleven. Spending, and $8, and that was cash. And I might have to change this, because if this is truly only a cash envelope expense tracker, then it's only ever going to be cash. It's not going to be debit or credit, although then that would mean that if I do use my debit or a credit card, then I have to track that somewhere else. And currently I'm not doing that, because at least for the month of March, I did not have anything that I put on my debit card. It was all on cash or my sinking funds. Yeah, and I didn't show it because I just never got around to filming it. But I do have a tracker for my sinking funds expenses. So yeah, it's just wrapping my head around it just to figure out what it is that I need and what I need to do. So 8, 10, 10. And the 10th, which was a Wednesday, I think, Thursday? No, it was Wednesday. I picked up breakfast downtown, and I actually picked up 2 little mini bentos with the intention of having one for breakfast, one for lunch. And then an email went out that we had food trucks on campus, and I'm like, ooh, food truck. So even though I had lunch, I went and bought me another lunch. But then the breakfast that I had picked up for lunch, I just ate the next day for lunch. So it didn't go to waste, but I did spend an inordinate amount of money on food this week. Although I guess that's okay. I mean, That's why I have the cash. Though if I do really want to have more that I can put towards savings, that's where I'm going to have the most leeway. So we are going to move the $2. I didn't do that this week. Move to savings, $2, so that we can zero that out and then start a new week. So week 3, add in 30, and we're going to start with $30. Now I print these sheets out and I use a very fine tip pen because that's what I prefer. But I would definitely recommend checking out Tara Gay because she sells these transaction register things, check register things, I think they're called. I don't know what they're called. I call them cash envelope transaction log. And you can get these on my blog for free in the paper version. But she has them where it's laminated so you can just keep reusing your item. And I think that's a genius move because, you know, I am killing a bunch of trees. I'm sorry about that, Earth. Sorry. So on the 10th, as our office is going to do an office gift for our administrative professional that we have in our department. And so we're all going to put something, I'm going to make something of some things that another coworker has bought, and we put $10 towards that each. And that's office, and that's also office, and that was $10. So I don't need to zero that one out. So for week 3, we're adding in $10, and that starts us off at $10. And then toiletries, I actually did a Walmart run yesterday, and I picked up quite a few things that I needed. And I'm hoping this week that I can do a sinking funds sinking funds cash envelope category list. And hopefully I can get that done so that I can film it so you can see what I'm talking about. But that I plan to do an inventory, especially of the toiletries and personal care items that I have on record, so that I don't keep buying So I bought toiletries at Walmart, and that was $20. So I used up both the $10 from this week and the $10 from last week. So let's total out, and that was 4/8 through 4/14 equals 8 plus 6 plus 14 plus 10 plus 20. And that's right on par. So $58 we spent, $2 we moved to savings, and that gives us the $60 that we had. So let me put this where it goes. And the order I put it is just basically the order of the tab. So if you were wondering, so $30 goes towards spending, $10 goes office, and $10 goes to toiletries. And then in here, and I'll get this to the side, I'll put the $2 we're putting towards savings. And I actually have made a bunch of this type of cash envelope because I do have a bunch of these made, but I still have to take photographs and list them, so that's on my to-do list. I have a bunch of these made where it's not the horizontal, it is a vertical envelope. And I thought for this purpose, it's just easier for me to put this in the envelope here. And I've got a few of these that I have pictures taken of them. That was an awkward sentence. And I still need to do a listing because these are new. This is a new product for me. And then I need to actually list them. So just be on the lookout for that. But I just thought it's easier to work on this than to work in this here. So for $4.14, we are adding $2. And then it just slips right in here. And again, I think it's just a little bit more convenient. I'm no longer doing the $5 challenge, so that's good. We've got one more week that we'll be stuffing together next week. This is a little cash envelope system that I made just because I can keep this in a secure location in my home, and but I also know where it is because I don't want to keep it in the bank and then use my debit card and then just go a little crazy if I have the cash envelope, knowing that that's all the cash I have for the week. That has really helped me focus in on where my spending is at. So this is the cash envelope and weekly transaction log for me. We've got one more week of April, guys, and as always, aloha.